At 3:33 a.m. tonight, an angelic presence will visit Archangel Michael, who says, "You must be prepared because heaven chose you for a reason. Your name was whispered in the halls of heaven before this hour ever came. And now as the veil between worlds thins just enough for spirit to breathe into your reality, Michael stands at the edge of your doorway with his sword drawn, not in violence, but in divine urgency. He has seen something, and it's not just about your future. It's about a soul contract you made a long time ago. Is it a coincidence that I am sending you this message right now? No, it is not. It is one of the divine laws of the universe and heaven. Yes, the law of attraction. You feel extremely lucky that I am sending you this message, don't you? Before moving on to the message, please like the video to help spread this message to others, dear soul. Additionally, you must receive and accept the message with love. If you write, "I have received and accepted it with love" in the comments and seal it with 888, you will maintain the balance of giving and receiving. Don't forget to stay tuned and subscribe for our other messages, says Archangel Michael. Now we can slowly move on to the message. Can you feel that pressure in your chest before you were even born? It's not fear that's waking you up. You're not just being watched. You're being prepared for something bigger than you could have imagined, something that's already in motion. That's why you haven't had the energy you've been feeling lately, and your dreams have felt strange, like someone is trying to explain something you don't fully understand, which is why you've been waking up at odd hours, especially around 3 minutes before the clock. Your spiritual antenna is already receiving, according to Michael, but tonight at 3:33 it won't be just signals. It will be presence, real electric, and pure divine. You might feel a sudden wind without windows open, or you might hear your name softly like a memory from heaven. Heaven doesn't knock politely. It stirs your spirit, disrupts your patterns, and lately you've been pulled away from certain people, routines, and even your own sense of stability. This isn't harm. The next step is something you couldn't have entered unless you were first relieved of the pain you've been experiencing lately. It's divine protection, according to Michael, who has already been clearing your path without your knowledge, removing things that appeared to be blessings but were actually burdens in disguise. If you've ever felt like someone was watching over you, this is your confirmation. If you've ever felt like someone attempted to speak to you in a dream, this is your. Michael says tonight, the veil will ripple and the light that enters will touch you first out of billions of souls. Heaven highlighted your name, and Michael has waited a very long time for this moment to reach you. You see, the spirit realm doesn't operate on luck or coincidence. It moves through divine timing and obedience. If you've ever felt like you were meant for more, but the more never made sense, this is your confirmation. Archangel Michael is not pleading with you to get ready right now. Not only your room, your spirit, your space, your heart, light a candle, clear your energy, say a prayer if your soul leads you. Because if you're still and open enough, something will change in the air around you at 3:33 a.m. It will be subtle for some, overwhelming for others, but everyone will know it's not a coincidence, it's a visitation. Michael says you've been too hard on yourself lately, too doubtful, and he wants you to know that you haven't failed or missed your destiny. The time may have SK, but heavens. Mercy changed the map so that the burden you've been carrying was never yours. Rather, it was energy you absorbed while attempting to calm everyone else's storm while neglecting your own sacred sunlight. Michael wants you to let go tonight because you're a receiver, not just a healer, and heaven cannot pour into a soul that is too exhausted to hold the cup. If this message is reaching your heart, stop and subscribe. You were meant to receive it, not later, not by accident, but now in this sacred window because your angels are planning more than you realize, according to Archangel Michael, who also states that every second you spent searching, breaking, healing, rising, it's all led to this divine moment of alignment. No, you're not insane. You're just waking up, and something good is on the horizon for you. A breakthrough that doesn't look like a breakthrough yet. Heaven is calling you back to who you were always meant to be before the world made you forget that you've been marked. Not with fear, but with favor. If Michael has come with this message, it's because your angels are sick of seeing you cry in private and smile in public, and they want to restore your truth. And lately, the signs have been screaming in silence, repeating numbers, flickering lights, unexplained chills, and suddenly, in the midst of panic, there has been a sudden sensation of calm. Michael says, "Your soul chose this timeline for a reason. You're not losing your mind, you're shedding your old one. You were born into battle, yes, but you were also born into protection. The kind that doesn't always show itself loudly sometimes, like blocking the wrong number from calling, or delaying a flight, or making you late because being on time would have put you in the wrong place." Archangel Michael adds, "I've been behind more of your coincidences than you realize, and tonight when the clock strikes 3:33 as 333 passes, something in your life will subtly but permanently shift. Not in a loud explosion, but like a door creaking open that had been jammed shut for years. For some, this will be the start of a dream. For others, it will feel like a touch, a whisper, or a single tear that carries lifetimes of healing. This is not to scare you, but to wake you up. Heaven, if you believe it or not, your life has already been marked for change. Your name has already been sealed in divine light, and the pain you've been carrying will start to fade after tonight. It will rise slowly, like the sun rising behind a mountain, but you will too. Someone is watching you from the other side, a loved one, and they've been trying to reach out. Perhaps you sensed them last night when the room felt suddenly warmer, or perhaps you heard them in a lyric that struck too close, or perhaps their scent danced past you like a... Michael tries to find a voice as he says, "They have been pleading with heaven to send you this message because your grief has turned into a wall, and they want to break through not to cause you more pain but to let you know that they never really left. Tonight, when the veil opens, they will be closer than ever. Listen carefully because some messages are louder in silence. You are not behind, you are not cursed. Michael is removing that lie from your spirit. Right now you are delayed for divine reasons. The enemy attempted to remove you from your mind. That wasn't random. It was war, and Michael was fighting for you even when you didn't know his name. He stood between you and that accident and that heartbreak that would have completely destroyed your purpose. But you remained here because heaven kept stepping in. Now, though, it's time for you to step into alignment, step into authority, and step into belief, even if your faith feels worn out, because Archangel Michael says, your life is about to echo in places you. Michael is asking your spirit, are you willing to believe again? Are you willing to risk hoping again? Are you willing to open your heart even though you swore you never would cause tonight to be the beginning of something miraculous? Not because the stars are special, but because you are. Have you been experiencing flashes, moments of strange clarity, a sense of not being alone, a slowness in time, or repeated encounters with a particular animal? These aren't glitches, they're messages from your spirit team, who have been leaving breadcrumbs all along. But tonight they're showing up in person. Not to impress you, but to remind you that you are a vessel of. The line that just came through for you is that you are protected from the thing that keeps you awake, the conversation, you dread the future, you fear the failure, you imagine it won't happen the way you think. You're being pulled out of the storm, not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. Light in a world forgetting what light even looks like. And Michael says something very specific. Tell them they are protected from the thing they fear the most. The next 33 days will be like stepping into a divine current. Things will begin to flow, that felt frozen people will reappear with new intentions, Michael says. If you haven't already, close your eyes for a moment, breathe, and feel the air around you. Is it still or does it feel charged? That's not your imagination. Mistake means that this message is yours, that you're already feeling that tug inside your chest, and that your divine memory is being awakened by the Spirit of God. Money will come in unexpected ways. Dreams will come back with more specific meanings, and the wounds that have been bleeding will start to heal. This isn't magic, it's just heaven's timing, and for once your heart and heaven are in harmony. However, Michael insists that you understand what hurt you and that you won't have the last word. The betrayal, heartbreak, and loss were real, but they were never meant to define you. Rather, they were meant to refine you. As a result, you're softer, stronger, wiser, and kinder. Don't let bitterness undo the transformation. You didn't survive all. When 3:33 a.m. comes around tonight, Don't be afraid if you wake up naturally or feel a nudge or jolt in your sleep. Just breathe and allow the presence to speak aloud if you feel led. If not, just be open. Michael will take care of the rest. The light will come through, the energy will flood your space, and your spirit will remember what the world tried to erase. You are loved beyond measure, and you are guided beyond logic. You are guided beyond logic. The final part, which the enemy never wanted you to hear, is why you are protected beyond sight. Archangel Michael says, "You are not who the world told you were. You are who heaven anointed you to be, that fire in your chest, that ache behind your eyes, that's the pressure of your old life cracking open, so your real purpose can finally rise. It's not breaking you, it's birthing you. And tonight when that clock turns to 3:33, your spirit will rise like breath into the mouth of a sleeping soul, because heaven is breathing you back to life, and you've forgotten your power because of pain. Caused you to question it. But Michael reminds you that no injury you bear can stop the calling God gave you. No error you make can override the purpose for which you were created. You are not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not too far gone. And tonight everything changes, even if it doesn't seem like it at the time. Even if it feels like silence. Even if you cry instead of seeing angels. That silence, that cry, is the holy language your soul speaks. Michael hears it, heaven records it. So don't expect fireworks, because this is how spirit purges your past attachments. So don't fight the flow, trust it. Let the tears fall, let the silence speak, let the stillness enter. Archangel Michael is working in ways you won't understand until the miracle arrives, and oh, it is arriving, you feel it. Don't you take that tight breath of wonder. Expect realignment, the kind that rearranges your emotions, changes your habits, redirects your desires, and for a while, you may feel lonely. It's your intuition remembering the future, because your future has already been written and is soaked in gold in favor of second chances in divine alignment. No man, no mistake, and no darkness can block it. You've just been waiting for your eyes to open wide enough to see it. Michael wants you to write this down, because I refuse to let fear override my faith. I refuse to dim my light to fit inside someone else's comfort, and I refuse to let the enemy persuade me that I am not worthy of what heaven has already said is mine. So I say it, write it, and believe it, because those words are your key tonight at 3:33 a.m. when the air changes, your skin tingles, and your soul stirs. Remember them, and even if you only whisper them, you'll be echoing them into the heavens. And listen. Your blessings may come gradually, but they are already moving the people who are meant for you, pushing them to the opportunity that is meant for you, clearing the way for you, and providing the necessary healing. Michael isn't just passing by. He's anchoring something divine in your space and your job. You don't have to win it. You don't have to prove your value to angels, who already see it because they've seen your tears at 2 a.m. scheduled. And if you feel like your prayers have just hit walls, tonight is the night something breaks through. Heaven is giving, but it's also strategic. It waits for the right time and beloved, and now they're here to pour into you the way you've poured into others for so long. Your past can no longer define you. The door is closed, the lock is sealed, and your future is whispering now, and it sounds like freedom, lightness, and peace that doesn't even make sense, like relationships that see you not just need you, like wealth that comes without. Every time you talk about it, Michael says, this next chapter is unlike anything you've known before, because it will be yours authentically, completely, divinely. To be clear, you don't need to experience anything dramatic tonight to prove that something happened. Sometimes the miracle is subtle. Sometimes it's a calm that you can't explain. Sometimes it's a dream that leaves you shaking, or sometimes it's a presence in the room so strong you don't measure the miracle, just open your heart for it. Michael says as you wake up crying, remember that you are not alone, even when you feel like it, even when your phone is silent and your thoughts are loud, even when people let you down. Heaven has never abandoned you. You have backup you can't see, you have love you've never even met, and you have power you haven't even tapped into yet. That's why this message found you, because the time to awaken it is now. So tonight, breathe deeply, make a plan, and leave a glass of water by your bed if you feel called. Light a candle, or just place your hand over your heart and whisper, I'm ready. because you are more prepared than ever to rise, ready to receive, ready to remember who you are. And if you ever doubt it, remember this message to remind yourself that heaven chose you, Michael fought for you, and that tonight at precisely 3:33, heaven will knock. Not loudly, not rudely, but lovingly, angelically, miraculously. Be ready to open the door, and yes, let me give you the final words just as heaven would want them whispered into your soul, softly but with love. When you walk into a room and people look at you like they've seen a light because they have something in your aura, a heaviness will drop, a cycle will end, a door will open, and Archangel Michael wants you to know that this isn't a one-night miracle but a permanent shift. You're not just being visited. It may not even occur to you until later when you feel lighter and your thoughts are quieter. You're being rewritten, and yes, it's okay if you're afraid. Heaven isn't asking you to be fearless. Rather, it's asking you to show up. Cry if you have to, but don't let your fear of missing the miracle you've been pleading for prevent you from seeing it, because this isn't just any night. It's your night, written in sacred time, protected by angelic fire, and chosen just for you. If your soul has been trembling while reading or listening, it's because it understands that truth doesn't always shout. Sometimes it comes like a whisper. The message is more than just words, Archangel Michael says. The next time you doubt your path, remember this night. The next time you feel abandoned, remember this hour. The next time you question your worth, remember this presence. You are not broken, you are becoming. At times, it sounds like your name wrapped in light. So tonight speak to heaven like it's listening, because it is talk to your angels like they're near, because they are, and walk into tomorrow with the quiet power of someone who knows that something invisible but undeniable happened while the rest of the world slept, because you won't be the same, you won't need to explain it, your energy will, Michael will be watching, your angels will be rejoicing, and heaven will be waiting for your answer. Will you open the door? Because this was never just a message. This was a calling, and heaven says, you heard it, you're ready now. Your journey with the angels is just getting started. Stay tuned to this channel and allow Archangel Michael to accompany you at every turn. Your miracle starts tonight at 3:33 a.m. If this message resonated deeply with you, take a moment to subscribe right away. You weren't just meant to hear it, you were chosen to live it. We'll be waiting on the other side of the veil, and if you're still here, breathing slowly, your eyes wet or filled with wonder, then let me gently say that heaven knew you needed every word, every pause, and every invisible brush of angelic energy as you read this. You might not even know what part of this broke you open, but that's okay, because some miracles are felt more than understood. And whether your room is lit by a candle or is covered in quiet darkness right now, you are in the presence of something. Archangel Michael says, you are not just being visited, you are being seen fully and eternally. Every broken prayer you whispered while trying to stay strong, he heard it every time. Holy, I don't need to understand it all. You just need to trust what your soul is whispering. It might be telling you to rest, reminding you that there is still light in you and that the world hasn't dimmed, or it might be asking you to believe that tonight is a reset, a rebirth, not the kind that makes everything easy, but the kind that makes everything real. He was there when you held yourself in the dark and prayed to the stars for peace. He was there when every door closed on you, when someone misunderstood you, when your plan failed before it even started. And when you are finally remembering heaven, it's okay if tears fall, because that's not weakness. It's release. Your soul is letting go of everything it was never meant to carry. Let them fall. Let them baptize your spirit. Let them make room for the light that will soon pour in. The signs were there the entire time, the songs that hit too hard, the numbers that repeated, the feathers, the dreams, the delays that saved your life, and you didn't even realize it. You've been guided, protected, loved, and now awakened. Let tonight be the night you finally believe at 3:33 a.m., not in a storm, but in a stream, gentle, silent, strong, holy, and you were never forgotten, never forsaken. Your angels will come, not to perform, but for a reason. Don't miss it, don't doubt it, don't talk yourself out of it. Just be still, just be open, and just receive, because this is your time, and heaven has been waiting for this bright star for a lifetime. Your presence here is a divine appointment. So if this message has even slightly lighted a candle inside your soul, stay tuned and subscribe now to avoid missing the next divine transmission. This channel is your haven, your lighthouse, and your soul's safe haven, and Archangel Michael will continue to show up repeatedly until you realize that you were never alone. We'll see you again soon, but for now, we're taking a step back because heaven is calling and your miracle is waiting at the door at 3:33 a.m. If you're still sitting here feeling this energy, this peace, and this presence, you already know something profound. You're not supposed to rush this. Instead, you're supposed to soak it in and allow it to slowly seep into the places in your soul where light hasn't reached in years, allowing it to mend what you believed had already. This is not a spiritual cliché or hype. It's your moment, the one your spirit has been whispering about for weeks, months, or even lifetimes. That strange ache in your chest, that pressure that wouldn't go away, that deep feeling that something is coming. That was the angels preparing you to receive this exact vibration, this exact timing, this exact awakening. Let scarred over serve as a reminder that you never needed to do more to be loved by heaven. All you needed to do was be still enough to remember who you are. Tell them the visit is just the beginning, now comes the unfolding. This is the part that most people miss because they believe the moment stops at 3:34 a.m. Now that you've felt it, you'll never be able to unfeel it again. Your spirit has seen too much truth to ever go back to sleep. Archangel Michael says this. But when it doesn't, that's when the real work starts, when the universe starts working in your favor, when people start showing you who they really are, when clarity will catch you like a forgotten memory, and you'll know what to do, what to let go of, and what to pursue. This is the beginning of your soul's return to divine authority, quiet, gentle, and irresistible. You won't have to prove anything to anyone. Your presence will speak before your words ever do, and you'll walk into places and change the atmosphere. At 3:33, you're going to meet heaven, and it's not coming to fix you. Rather, it's coming to remind you that you've always been divine, that you've always been watched over, and that you've always been walking toward this moment even when it felt like you were lost. You'll inspire others simply by choosing peace, not because you changed who you are, but because you finally remembered who you've always been. So tonight, breathe deeply, feel your feet, speak softly, keep your phone on silent, and let the world wait. One final piece of advice, according to Michael, is to live as though the sign had already arrived after tonight. To put it another way, walk as though it has already been completed, speak as though it has been completed, heal as though you are free, and love as though you are safe. Faith is what opens doors faster than fear ever will. So when the morning light finally breaks and the night is over and your spirit feels heavy, oddly light, or even confused, don't overthink it. Just trust what was poured into you. Your next chapter is approaching you. It will arrive in whispers, chills, sudden joy, divine encounters, and things that make you say, "Wait, this was meant for me." Trust what you felt, trust what you couldn't see, trust what you knew deep down, because when heaven moves, it doesn't ask you to understand, it asks you to follow. You've already said yes by staying this long, agreeing, and opening the door. Because it's heaven's answer to your inner yes. So don't forget it, don't ever forget this night. Write it down, mark it, and honor it. Because when you look back months or years from now, you'll remember this message, remember this feeling, and say, that's when everything started to change. We're with you, Archangel Michael is with you, and heaven is already on the move sparkles. If you felt this deep in your soul, make sure to subscribe now, because there's more light and healing ahead. Further divine truth. This place is your spiritual home. Return whenever your heart needs a reminder. For now, simply remain motionless and wait until 3:33 a.m. We will be there in the light, the silence, and the miracle.